let's get to Jerry Donato of Philippine Star. Hi,
Hi, good
Jerry.
afternoon. Hi,
Hi
Julie.
po. Hi,
Yeah.
Jerry.
Hi, Jerry.
Yeah. I'm very interested about the narrative. So, of course, it's about love. To me, parang, it's about forgiveness ba or confronting, letting go. But what really interests me is the idea of having two perspective. Ganun ba yun talaga? Na the song is being told from different perspectives, from a guy perspective and a girl's perspective. And of course, you are a singer, so how were you able to get into those mood and somehow mindset no, of supposed to be points of view that the show presents itself? Mahirap ba yun? Yung ano, getting
I can
into a
go ahead.
certain, ano,
I can go ahead.
Parang, yeah, okay, Sir Gary. Sige po.
You sure? It's hard. It's
Yeah.
hard.
It's okay. It's okay
It's
po.
hard for Julianne now because her heart is in a really good place right now, you know? And her heart is in a good place with somebody I also I love very much. You know, Raver guested in my concerts and he surpassed lahat ng mga expectations namin sa career niya. But before we actually shot the video, kinausap na ako ng director as to how it was going to be treated, how the video was going to be treated. That they would get a couple that would express each other's, what they felt for each other, what they felt. In other words, past tense. Now, that can be positive and that can be negative. So what I did was I just sang it with the least drama, and I just allowed the couple because sabi ko, iba yan ah. Talagang they're going to tell each other, yes sir, they're really no longer together and they're really going to let each other know. But not in the spirit of war and revenge and regret, but more of yun nga, a closure without the hope of the person coming back, but just letting the other know. Kasi yung lalaki, meron na rin siyang bago. And the girl is happy, pero makikita mo sa reaction niya na parang, "Ugh." But it's a new chapter. And new chapters in life don't always begin in a happy way. They sometimes can begin in a very painful way. And this, so when I did the song, when I recorded it, when I recorded the song, from the very start, it had to be, what are you feeling as a guy? Gary, what would a guy feel singing lyrics like this to the person and to the girl? And I left Julianne to do her own thing, to express it her way, so that it's our vocals are blending with each other, but emotionally it's not the same. And I think it lent itself to the way the video was going to also be produced.
Yeah. I love that. I love everything I heard. Sige, Julian.
Ako kasi when I actually wrote the song, I wasn't coming from a bad place eh. Kumbaga parang it was just like out there. May mga kasi when you're trying to create something kasi especially sa mga songwriters and mga writers, parang syempre kailangan mong ilagay yung sarili mo dun sa isang scenario na naiisip mo na alam mo yan, like nangyayari talaga sa totoong buhay. And I felt like the need to write again. I wanted to come up with something, lalo na especially we're still in the middle of pandemic. And then I figured that, there are more scenarios na normally nangyayari sa isang tao, specifically sa mga relationships. Na parang kahit minsan, di ba, hindi naman natin gusto na nangyayari and hindi naman natin kontrolado. And I'm pretty sure na syempre, pag napanood nila at narinig nila yung kanta, at napanood nila yung video, marami makaka-relate sa song because, it talks about mga complicated relationships eh. Actually, yung intention ko that time when I wrote the song, parang hindi ka akin. So like, walang label. Walang label yung relationship. So, magkaiba yung perspective ng lalaki, magkaiba yung iniisip ng babae. Kumbaga, iba yung intention nung, like for example, ako, may gusto ko iparating sa kanya, pero iba pala yung interpretation niya. Like iba yung gusto kong sabihin pero like iba yung iniisip niya. So parang from there, doon nagsa-start yung alam mo yon like kaya ba? Kaya ba nating i-work out ito? Um, kaya ba nating i-surpass yung challenge na ito? But it's, as you've seen nga dun sa video, parang nagkaroon nga din sila ng closure. Kasi usually, pagka hindi kasi para sa'yo, hindi talaga eh. Saka malalaman mo kung yung taong yun ay para sa'yo talaga. And kahit anong mangyari, talagang si Lord, meron siyang isang tao na nakalaan talaga for us. So, yun yung parang main intent nung song. And then, I realized nung ginawa na namin ni Tito Gary yung kanta, nung na-record na namin siya. Kasi, yun nga, yung concept kasi nung song na yun before, like nung sinulat ko siya na mag-isa lang ako, parang hindi Ka Akin, like walang label. But when we actually recorded it, parang it became better kasi parang na siya eh, like post-breakup na siya eh. Parang walang label and at the same time parang may gusto ko pang, alam mo yun, like may gusto ko pang sabihin sa kanya na hindi mo nasabi. Na, like, what if ganito yung nangyari before? Like, what if ganito yung sinabi ko? What if ganito yung ginawa natin together? We would have, worked this out and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, kung hindi talaga para sa'yo, all you have to do is just accept it. And, like, maybe may mga bagay talaga na hindi meant for us. Kasi kapag tinanggal yung isang bagay sa'yo, for sure merong better na darating. So, ayun. Nakakatuwa lang talaga kasi parang basta nakaka-overwhelm yung feeling while recording the song. And it just came to life when I heard Tito Gary's voice.
Tsaka nakakatuwa, very mature, ano? I mean, parang napaka-mature nung mindset nung whatever, yung dalawang personalities nung nire-represent ng song. And what's so interesting about this is parang it's up to the listeners as well, ano, to make their own interpretation of the song. Kasi magkakaroon na siya ng sarili niyang buhay after yung ma-release. Thank you, Julie.
You're welcome, Jerry.
Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you, Jerry, for your question. Now let's get to Von Melinario of One News PH and News 5. Hi, Von.
Hi guys! Hi Sir Gary! Hi Julie!
Hi, Von.
Congratulations on this collaboration po, no? Siguro
Salamat.
po, Sir Gary and Julian, of course, we all know that you are pillars of your respective noontime shows, of course, ASAP and AOS. I just want to know your thoughts, Sir Gary and Julian, on healthy competition of noontime shows, especially musical variety shows, no? Itong ASAP nga and AOS na despite magkakompetensya kayo, you bring so much joy and entertainment to the public. Sir Gary?
What is it? What's your
thoughts lang po on healthy competition between ASAP and AOS?
Okay, I'll share with you competition that kept me on my toes for many years. It wasn't station affiliation. It was with this guy named Martin Rivera. He was forever my competitor. Now the thing is, he's a balladeer and I do a lot of upbeat songs. People would compare us all the time. And even if we were different, it was the kind of competition that brought out the best in us. Okay, so I think it's the same thing with AOS and with ASAP. We're not looking over our shoulders para makita namin kung anong ginagawa nila. And I think they also are doing the same thing. They just know, hey, there's another show on the other side, and we just have to be on our toes all the time. I don't care what anybody says, but at least in my book, in my heart, I'm not in ASAP to show who's better. I'm in ASAP to be at my best. And if we in a subconscious way, we do that to the other artists in AOS, that means we're actually both helping each other without even knowing it. But it's important that there is healthy competition. Otherwise, we get laxed. We get overconfident. We can sit back and settle with, okay na yun. Ay, hindi pwede sa ASAP yun. Hindi pwede sa ASAP yung, pwede na yan. Hindi talaga pwede. Why? Kasi nga may AOS, so you have to keep yourself on your toes all the time. But it's healthy. When we know that
Yeah.
somebody comes up, when Julian comes up with something great, we're like, oh, nakita mo yung galing, no? We're like that. That's just the way we are. And I think it is healthy. I'm very close to Christian Bautista. We're both in, officers of OPM. So I think that's what it is. Wait, I think you're muted, Vaughn.
Hi, Vaughn. Are you there?
Were you
Yeah.
saying?
There you
Yes.
go. Yeah, you go.
Okay. You're still muted.
Oh, you got muted again.
Your thoughts, Julie.
Ayun.
Oh, my thoughts. Oh, same as Tito Gary's. Kasi for me, wala yung ano eh, wala yung parang rivalry na, alam mo yung parang, competition, kailangan mas magaling ako dito or whatever, kailangan mas isurpass natin to, ganito, ganyan. I mean, that's the goal of noontime shows eh. Kasi parang naging parte na din ng buhay natin eh. Yung variety shows eh, whether it be, All Out Sundays or ASAP. Pare-parehas lang tayo ng goal. For me, personally, yun lang din yung parang pinaka, alam mo yun, like, goal ko, it's to, like, bring out the best in me every time I perform on stage. And it encourages me even more when I see something like, yung parang nakaka-amaze, na parang nakaka-inspire lalo to be a better performer, to be a better artist. So, yun lang naman. Parang wala naman sa akin, wala naman din po sa amin din yun. Kasi besides, nasa isang mundo lang naman tayo na ginagalawan. And, like we only have one purpose. It's to, inspire and inspire people through our craft. Yeah, that's it.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Vaughn, for that. And of course,
Thank you.
thank you
Thank
so
you,
much,
Vaughn.
Vaughn. And we can see that they're really inspiring us, of course, with this newest collaboration, you guys. A long time coming, but finally here for all of us. What